Hello there gamers, just doing a little video here this morning talk about the studio called Bluepoint Games. They were a gaming division that was acquired by Sony Studios back in 2021. They shut down the studio just about 2 or 3 days ago. They were the ones that did the Demon's Souls remake for the PS5. It was a launch title for the system. They also did, they were pretty much known as a remake studio, like they remake a lot of the old games. But yeah, Sony ended up shutting them down in end of March 2026. But yeah, before they were let go by Sony, before they laid off the studio, they were working a live service God of War game, which was pretty weird for them to do a live service game, which they were known to do the remake of single player games. I got a list of games that they remade over the years. I think the first remake they ever made was back in the Sony PlayStation 2. I gotta pull up here actually. It says Bluepoint Games acquired by Sony in 2021 and closed in March of 2026, which I just said just then. Was a premier developer famous for high quality fidelity remakes and remastered, particularly for PlayStation. Their most acclaimed works include the Demon's Souls remake on the PS5 in 2020. So the launch of the PS5 was in I believe November of 2020, and it came out like pretty much a couple days after the release of the PS5. Shadow of the Colossus on PS4 in 2018 remakes, along with Uncharted and Nathan Drake Collection in 2015. So basically, they Uncharted is a well-known series that came out on PS3. They had 4 in total. I believe the collection only had PS3 remakes, which was 1, 2, and 3. Key remakes and remasters by Bluepoint Game Studios. Demon's Souls on PS5 came out in 2020. A fully ground up remake and premiere for a PS5 launch title. So yeah, it came out the day that PS5 came out. Shadow of the Colossus, which came out on PS4. The remake came out on PS4 in 2018. That was a remake from the 2003, I do believe, PS2 title. A complete remake of the Team Ico classic. Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, which came out 1, 2, and 3. Came out on PS4 in 2015. Remasters of the first 3 Uncharted games. Yeah, so I said 1, 2, and 3, which was only released on the PS3. I totally made the remakes in one package on the PS4. And there's a couple other games he did here too. I didn't mention earlier. Gravity Rush Remaster came out on PS4 in 2015. Brought the PS Vita titles to home consoles. Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, which was I believe it was 1, 2, and 3, which came out on PS3, Xbox 360 in 2011. Remastered MGS 1, MGS 2, and MGS 3. MGS is Metal Gear Solid, and also Peace Walker. Peace Walker was only ever released on the PSP, but I do believe now in the fall of this year they're doing a Volume 2 collection of the Metal Gear games, which is going to be coming with 4. I believe Peace Walker is going to be on it too. Ico and Shadow Colossus HD Collection. Basically, you get the 2 games in one. It came out on the PS3 in 2011. The God of War Collection, which came out on PS3 in 2009. Ported God of War 1 and 2 to the PS3. Flower. That's a pretty common game. There's not much combat. There's like barely any combat or nothing in it. It's just basically like It was pretty much like an online game, but I don't know, it was pretty weird. I've seen gameplay of it, but I wasn't too into it, so I can't really say much about that one. Blast Factor, never heard of that game. PS3 in 2006. Original development, Titanfall, Xbox 360 2014. Handled the port of the game. Oh, jeez, I didn't know they did the port of that game. Before its closure in late March of 2026, the studio also contribute to develop a God of War and God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok was amazing. I loved it. Apparently they're coming out with a next game is going to be a spin-off with his son in Atreus. I believe that's it. I think. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Just go over my notes here now and see. Yeah, as you can see here, I just pulled up a picture. That's all the games that they worked on. A lot of great games too. It sucks that they end up closing down the studio. They were great. The last game was amazing that they remade, Demon's Souls. But it kind of sucks that they cancelled the God of War multiplayer game, and then a couple months later, because they announced a couple months ago that the God of War live service game was being canned. Like basically they cancelled it, and then a couple months later they ended up shutting down the studio, which was it's pretty insane, I think. But anyway, guys, I figured I'd just give you a little update on. I don't know if you ever heard the company Bluepoint Games, but yeah, they made a lot of great remasters. But it's another studio I know. I'm pretty disappointed in hearing the news here this morning. But yeah, they only talked about it a couple of days ago, but I just only came upon it this morning. But I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of news what they announced this morning. But anyway, guys, if you like this kind of content, please do me a huge favor. It helps out the channel so much. Like the video, comment, and let me know if you played any of these games. And anyway, guys, until the next one.